So Nepal is standing at a fascinating crossroads. It's diving headfirst into this massive digital revolution, and it's full of so much promise. But what if the very tools that are supposed to build the future actually become the country's greatest weakness? What happens when a new leader's vision slams right into the hidden battlefields of the 21st century?
You know, it all started with these words. And they didn't come from some seasoned politician in a suit. They came from a rapper. This is a line from a song that just perfectly captured the frustration of an entire generation, and it was written by the man who would, pretty soon, be leading the nation.
And this is the story of that man, Balen Shah. His journey, from the underground hip-hop scene to the highest office in Nepal, that wasn't just a career change. It was a political earthquake.
What's so incredible is just how fast this all happened. In 2012, he releases that powerful track. A decade later, he's the mayor of Kathmandu. And then by 2025, he becomes the youngest prime minister in the country's history. This wasn't some traditional political campaign. No way. This was a youth-led movement, a Gen Z revolution that saw him as their one authentic voice.
So all that momentum, it builds into this huge plan to basically reboot the entire country. And you have to remember, this is a nation that has seen 14 different governments in just 18 years. So his goal is to break that cycle of chaos with a really bold 100-point reform agenda. His roadmap isn't just talk, it's all about clear, measurable actions. We're talking aggressive anti-corruption drives, a big push to get politics out of places like universities, a truly historic state apology to the Dalit community, and right at the heart of it all, a sweeping, massive digital modernization. And the core of that modernization is this thing called digital public infrastructure, or DPI. Now think of it like the new digital backbone for the entire country. One unified system for your national ID, for public services, for data management, all of it designed to be super efficient and totally transparent. This really just illustrates the ultimate vision, right? It's about using technology to finally deliver what people have been demanding for years: jobs, justice, and things that actually work. It's a plan to build a truly transparent digital future for every single Nepali. But, and this is the critical question, what happens when all that progress creates the perfect vulnerability? Because with every single step Nepal takes into this new digital world, a brand new, completely unseen, and incredibly dangerous front line gets drawn. All right, now we're going to see what happens when those tools of progress are turned into weapons. Because to really get the stakes for Nepal, we have to look at how this exact kind of digital ambition has created, well, catastrophic vulnerabilities for other nations. This is where the digital world smashes right into the physical one. Just look at the 2015 Ukraine power grid hack. It started with something ridiculously simple, an email with some malware called black energy hidden inside. That malware gave hackers total access to the power grid's control systems, and with just a few clicks, they remotely plunged 250,000 people into a freezing winter darkness. This was the first documented time a line of code caused a massive physical blackout. And then there's Stuxnet. This is just a chilling example of how sophisticated these cyber weapons can be. Back in 2010, this worm was physically snuck into an Iranian nuclear facility. It tricked the operators by playing back recordings of everything looking normal, while in secret, it was sending commands that made almost 1,000 nuclear centrifuges literally tear themselves apart. Physical destruction, completely invisible until it was too late. And the economic damage, it can be astronomical. $10 billion. That was the estimated global cost of the NotPetya ransomware attack in 2017. It started in Ukraine, but it spread like wildfire, paralyzing global shipping, hospitals, major corporations, everything. And you know, the weapon isn't always about blowing things up. Sometimes it's about manipulation. 87 million. That's how many Facebook users had their personal data scraped by Cambridge Analytica to try and influence the 2016 US election. But the threat is even bigger than shutting down infrastructure. We're now talking about a totally new kind of conflict, one that just blurs the line between peace and war. It's a battle fought in what military folks call the gray zone. So unlike old school warfare, kinetic warfare, which is physical and happens within clear borders, cyber conflict is borderless. The players aren't just soldiers anymore. They can be countries, hacker groups, or even one single person. And the attacks themselves, they're often covert, and it's incredibly hard to figure out who's even behind them. And this leads us right into what we call information warfare. It's all about manipulating information to tear a society apart from the inside out by creating confusion, stirring up anger, and just eroding the basic trust that holds a country together. The ultimate target isn't a computer system, it's our collective mind.
As one expert put it, a breakdown in social trust is beneficial to them. And that, right there, is the core strategy of these gray zone operations. You weaken a nation by turning its own citizens against each other and against their own government.
So this brings us all the way back to Nepal and the central massive challenge it's facing right now as it pushes forward. Can it actually keep this new digital future secure?
The thing is, as Nepal builds this new digital public infrastructure, it's also building a very, very high-value target. And it's doing it in a world where, let's be honest, cybersecurity in most countries is considered weak to very weak. I mean, even the most advanced nations out there will tell you they're vulnerable.
And that brings up the fundamental question, not just for Prime Minister Shah, but for any nation trying to do this. Can a developing country realistically build a modern digital future and defend it from global threats, all at the same time? Is that even possible?
Because the playing field has been totally leveled. As one expert says, you don't need a huge amount of resource to generate very significant capability. Small countries, small groups, they can now pose a gigantic threat, which makes defending against it a monumental, around-the-clock challenge.
And this is the kind of provocative thought I want to leave you with. In a world that's connected, is true sovereignty just a line of code? What does it really mean to be an independent nation when your security, your economy, your social fabric, it all depends on a digital system that can be attacked from anywhere, by anyone, at any time?